you could tell that Corey was really feminine to me. Somebody give this guy a pad so he can change his tampon, or he's menstruating. This man is menstruating.
I agree.
He's PMSing. Okay, I thought he was way over the top, way too emotional. Anton was like what masculine men do. Absolutely. They're very measured, they're very calm, and he was just like, look, we can take it outside.
I believe you know this already. When the cops shoot you, ain't nothing you can do about it.
Oh my God, this is so crazy.
Do you think that's wrong what I said?
This is so insane.
Is that what I said? I said when the cops shoot you, ain't nothing you can do about it. Is that a lie?
This is so insane.
But you didn't answer it.
I'm going to answer your question.
Okay.
I'm going to answer your question. It depends on the circumstance. And the interesting thing about it is this. The majority of the people, because you like to use a blanket statement. That's like me saying all black people are stupid.
Well, have you said all white people stupid?
No, I'm talking about cops.
You should say that one time.
I'm talking about
because
cops.
it's easy to say all black people are stupid as an example. Say something about the white people.
No. You're not.
I don't think you got
people all the time.
Oh, well, I didn't hear you. Can you tell me? Because I don't know.
I talk about liberal white women literally being the biggest enemy of the United States of America. That's the thing I say every single day.
Caucasian female, the biggest enemy.
Literally, white liberal women are the worst thing that ever happened to this country.
What about their men?
But we gonna get there because you keep trying to get me to qualify it by participating.
So I want to stop. There's more to this, but I want to stop it right there. Do we see how some black folks idolize race? So why is he trying to get him to say something about white people? This is what was really weird to me. And it goes on after this. But the comedian, Corey Holcomb, you got to say something about white men. You got to say something about white men. It just was weird to me.
Yeah, it was definitely a weird take. The whole situation was just weird because these are two very different kind of people trying to coexist in Corey's world. Now, don't get me wrong. I think Corey Holcomb is hilarious.
Right, comedian, right? He is.
Black Jesus. We were talking about being irreverent. If you ever watch Adult Swim on Comedy Central, you have got to watch Black Jesus.
Oh, okay.
There's a situation where Jesus gets into a fight with a baby mama and she wears him out, but that's beside the point. Corey is very, very funny. However, what he's not is political and aware of Anton's things outside of what he's heard about Anton.
Well, let me say this. Okay. He is actually political. He has made a lot of political comments about Kamala, and he was always sort of on the right. He would always call out the Democrats. He talked about Kamala Harris's campaign, thought she was a joke. He's kind of talked about President Trump and how he could understand why people were voting for President Trump. Most of his criticism has been against the lack of traditional values in the Black community. He's talked about that. He's talked badly about Will Smith and the Jada Pinkett situation. Oh my God!
Yeah, but see, I don't consider that political. He's just talking
about
the day.
Well, what I was he's had political viewpoints, I would say, and cultural, mostly cultural viewpoints.
There be some video of you going against them, and when I say them, I'm talking about your boss.
I don't have a boss.
We say that. We say that, but here's the truth.
I don't have a boss.
It's a reason you go after black males or black people quicker than you will go after white males. What are white males responsible for in this country as the downfall of it?
I'm an equal accountability smoke giver. I talk about everybody.
I'm just saying, I ain't heard you talk about white men since you've been up here.
You ain't been listening. You ain't been listening.
I've been listening to you.
No, you haven't.
I hear you taking
you don't have the capacity to be able to listen because you're too busy.
No. You got me wrong.
You're too busy.
My capacity that you just criticized, that's an opinion. Here's the fact. Have you said something about Caucasian males and how they destroy this nation? Well, what did I miss?
Let's slow down because you talking loud, but you're not saying a lot.
No, you talking loud, and you still talking around. What did the Caucasian male do to America to bring it down?
I'm not getting into that.
You dancing around it, and that's why I lose respect for you when you start dancing and kissing Caucasian males' ass.
But I don't.
Don't do that in front of me because I'm not an ass kisser of nobody.
Yes, you are. You suck the dick of black people right now. You doing the easy shit. What you do, let me tell you what you do.
Nah,
See, ain't
homie,
nobody
let me tell you something, homie.
Ain't nobody gonna tell you.
I don't
Ain't nobody
suck
gonna
dick.
tell you.
Yeah, I don't
you do.
suck
Yeah,
dick.
you do.
So fix
You doing
that.
it right now.
I don't suck
You
dick, homie.
You doing it right now.
Homie, believe me when I tell you. I don't
Believe me
do
when I
that.
tell you.
I don't do that.
Listen.
So don't come at me with no dick sucking shit.
I'm gonna give you the same energy you give me.
Let's switch seats.
No.
Let's switch seats.
I'm
with homie. I don't do no.
No, I didn't need to do all of that. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, I had never seen or even known about. So I'm kind of like the blank slate. What's it, Corey Holcomb, 5150. Now, this is the first clip, and I saw a little bit more today. I watched more of it, that particular segment today. So I don't know anything about. I do know a little bit about Anton Daniels, his shows, whatever. But this is my thing. It appears to me that Corey's platform is not what Anton is his arena, whatever. So I mean, you can be invited, don't get me wrong, but it seems to me that this kind of atmosphere should have been expected.
So listen,
that's what I'm like. You watch, as far as Corey's
reaction, the way he came across,
it seemed like that he would have been expected. Again, I've never seen him before, so I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, it's a situation like any of us as Black conservatives. You're invited on to a podcast of someone that's more cultural and they woke kind of. He's not conservative at all.
The heat. I think to me, it looked like this is the kind of show that maybe Corey has had before, or that's his personality. I don't know.
Has he had?
I don't know. I'm saying I don't know. I've never seen.
There's lots of smoke on his show. There's lots of smoke on his show.
That's what it sounds like
to
me.
This is what I was saying earlier. Everything ain't for everybody.
Right. That's
what Anton said today when he talked about what happened on 5150 is he said, I went on because it's a chance to grow my platform and people who routinely don't watch my thing has a chance to be there. But he knew it was going to be an issue from the moment the cameras came on. You could feel it. It was a palpable thing. And if you look at the face of the poor woman sitting in between them, and she's like, what is going on here? You know what she reminded me of? She reminded of me when my nephews are arguing. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, because they're not going to fight. All they're going to do is bluster at each other. Who you talk about? You talk about me, I'm going to put you in the neck.
You made a good point, Nicole, because the last conclusion I came to, I said, you know what? This was to get clicks.
Yes.
This was a clickbait segment. I'm not saying that they were not arguing. I'm not saying this was a clickbait. It was strictly, in my opinion, never to be humble opinion, it was strictly for clicks. Anton wanted to grow his audience, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but don't downplay that. Don't deny that like this was just so,
organic.
It was organic. It was nothing else, no other benefit.
It was organic.
Well, I think the smoke started organically.
But the whole purpose for him to be on there, and I guess Corey to have him, was to get clicks. Of course. I mean, that was the overall, and this is going to get a whole lot of clicks. And I'm not poo-pooing that. I'm just saying I guess we get in the space like, it was just vitriol and but they wanted some benefit, and the benefit was they're going to get clicks from it.
Well, either way, I think it was terrible. I thought it's just like, and I thought Antoine handled himself well. I just feel like that, this is the issue that I have with a lot of these types like Corey Holcomb, where they cannot articulate themselves in a way where if they disagree, it's just they can communicate their disagreements. He was, amped from the very beginning. And a lot of these people are triggered by Black conservatives because we don't fit into their boxes. Right. We don't agree with, the same types of things they believe in that we believe will grow the community and the country. It's totally different. And because we don't have this Black first mentality, I won't even say Black first mentality. It's just I don't know. It's because
Black supremacy.
For that, I think it's more of we don't buy into the impoverished mindset.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So we don't honeymoon broke. We don't honeymoon the hard times. And that is a significant difference in thought process. Right. So,
and we don't always have to say it's the white man.
Exactly.
You don't blame the white man.
It's the white. You see in the clip,
accountability.
That's what he wanted. Say something bad about the white man. Say something bad about the white man. And this is what I see, and it's annoying, and it's just sad, really. It's just, why do we always have to start and end with blaming the white man? Exactly. You know, they could have had a very robust conversation about, you know, things to help the community, things that we see wrong, things that we see right. It doesn't revolve around the white man. But some Black people are so obsessed with it. Yep. It's just, it's driving them crazy.
Now, to what you're saying, I totally agree. Don't get me wrong. But the Coreys of the world will say that Black conservatives don't even mention it. We downplay it, we minimize it, we deny it even. I'm just saying that would be what the Corey's saying, which is why he's saying to Anton, well, you never talk about.
But Anton answered him perfectly.
This is why he's saying.
I know, but Anton was trying. He wouldn't let him, communicate this. He was saying no. I talk about white liberals. I talk about white liberal women, which we've talked about on here, that are a huge problem, not just in the Black community, but in the country in general. I mean, they are really driving the country down. We did a whole segment on how feminism, led by the white liberal woman, is
impacted
done
Black
a
America
horrible thing
way
to America. Exactly.
But the thing I think, you're right, KJ, when the conversation turns cerebral and all you have is like emotions and slang and all of that, that's where this got very ghetto. Right? It got real mannish real quick, right? And so, you don't say that about me, you don't say this thing about me, you don't say this thing about me. And Anton sitting there going, you want to come out back and catch this fade? Right. And I'm thinking neither one of y'all want the fade. Exactly. I mean, all this
about that. I thought
they were going to go to.
I thought Anton was ready. I did. And you could tell that Corey, that was really feminine to me. I mean, I felt like he was just like, okay, you can calm down, go somebody give this guy a pad so he can change his tampon or he's menstruating. This man is menstruating.
I agree with
He's PMSing. Okay. I thought he was way over the top, way too emotional. Anton was like what masculine men do. Absolutely. They're very measured. They're very calm. And he was just like, look, we can take it outside.
Right.
That's what.
And that way,
another part, he was like, I have my security here.
He said that. Yeah.
So he was he stayed in his masculinity. He was the adult in the room, right? While you have this big, well, you guys know how I say monkey baboon without. Who's just all over the place. I mean, he acted like he needed to be in the zoo.
He did.
I think what happened was, both men behaved pretty badly, because there's no part of an interview that devolves into you telling somebody to come outside and catch a fade. That's not how interviews work. What you do is you do like that angry white Democrat woman did, is somebody's making you angry, you get your handbag and you walk on out. You don't invite him outside to catch the fade. But I think at that point, Anton was so emotionally invested in protecting himself from Corey, who was all over the place. He was like, hold on, we're not going to do this, but let's go outside. That way, neither one of our bags are disrupted. Because, I make money online, you make money online. YouTube doesn't do fighting. That's absolutely forbidden. So let's step off the camera and go handle this like men if you're feeling some kind of way. Now, in that regard, I felt like he handled it very well, saying, listen, we have to stop. He told him several times, you need to slow down. Let me answer the question before you ask me the next question. And that goes to Shelley's point. I don't think he was mentally prepared for how quick the onslaught was going to come. I think he thought maybe they'd ratchet up, to that mid-interview, and then
to me, I don't agree with that at all. Because to
Corey
me,
came after him almost immediately.
I don't agree with that, because anytime you tell a man that you are sucking a dick, then you ready. You knew something was coming.
Well, no, and you're right. Anton told him that.
Yeah.
And that was the bell. That was the bell.
In Anton's defense, Corey started.
Oh yeah, he
was dancing around the question. Kissing the ass of white America. That was the opening salvo. But before those comments were even made, if you read their body language,
absolutely, you could.
Corey was very aggressive.
He really was
very aggressive. In the way that he was even speaking into the microphone.
Oh yeah.
Right. Instead of just standing like we're doing now, like Shelley does, like you do, leaning back. He was like all up on it.
He's a nut.
It was very aggressive. But again, this 2 lessons we should learn from this. 1, Corey Holcomb didn't want to catch the fade. And 2,
Everything ain't for everybody.
Everything ain't for everybody. And this